Up here, Mount Lofty, with sun protection, UV. Simnett, my friend, vegan friend, Simnett, Natty or not, we're brothers in edamame and Natty. Now this is not a hate video, it's just showing comments and criticisms, Natty or not videos. I've been doing Natty or not videos. Maybe I was the first Natty or not video person back in the day, when I did twin muscle workout back in 2012 or whatever. So 9 years of Natty or not. This video is not no hate, this is just a bit of fun, a bit of banter. Anyway, so Simnett recently left a comment. Here's a comment on my Instagram. He left, a message rather, and he said left a comment and it got deleted. I'm trying to block him. He got angry. He got it's made some assumptions, and just for the record, Derek, never blocked you. Sometimes my moderators things get caught up, but there's no blocking. And in fact, just to prove that, come on my podcast. Let's do a live stream debate. You can say whatever you want to say. I'll give you the floor. I'll give you the open floor. I respect people's entitlement to have an opinion in a live debate format. Hence why I'll debate anyone on any topic of nutrition or claims or whatever. Alright, so just so there's no hard feelings. This goes for anyone out there. If you disagree with me or you feel like durianrider blocked me or this or whatever, that's cool. I give this platform to anyone. You don't have to have 10 subscribers or 10 million subscribers or whatever. You don't have to have a verified tick. I'll give you a platform and we can debate it out, and it'd be fantastic. I like that because I love to debate and I love to hear people's experiences, and I think humans debating and listening to each other and stuff like that. Oh, my battery cap fell off. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Like, apparently a battery cap just fell off. So Simnett, Natty or not, what's even the topic we're talking about here? The topic is anabolics, primarily testosterone. Testosterone's a male hormone, female hormone as well. Women produce testosterone. I'm gonna put these sunnies on because this glare's getting. Testosterone is produced by the men and the women, the ovaries, the adrenals, the testicles, the Leydig cells, etc. It's produced in humans, and some people may have a deficiency because they have a genetic issue. Maybe they have an ovarian cyst, or just something can happen from birth or an injury. A lot of UFC fighters use testosterone because they're getting punched in the head a lot, and it just affects your pituitary axis and stuff like that. So you might have a testicular injury, have a motorbike accident, your pit bull chomps your nuts. Just something can happen, and that's fine. Or certain medications can lower your T, or maybe it's your lifestyle. There's things, opioids can lower your T. So there's reasons people use testosterone, because maybe they weren't born with enough, or maybe the body's not producing enough for the lifestyle they want to live, or maybe they're on certain medications, or maybe they want to just enhance it to super physiological levels and feel, like incredible, like Superman. So there's many reasons people do it. Primarily, we see on social media people do it for aesthetic edge, and that's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm definitely not against that. A lot of people are. And they're the same people that will follow these people who use anabolics and lie about it. And they'll be like, wow, you're so dedicated, I want these results. Steroids? No, steroids are naughty, steroids are bad. Bad people use steroids. And so it's so funny that the people who say steroids are bad are almost 100% of the time the people who follow the cyclists or the swimmers or the vegan bodybuilders or the meat eater bodybuilders or whoever, people who are using steroids, and lying about it. Because if you're honest about it, all those people who want the steroid results but don't want the steroid truth will disown you or whatever. They'll burn you at the veggie steak. So it is quite hilarious. Yeah. So that's what I always find interesting as well about the whole steroid social narrative. It's I've been involved with steroids for 24 years. When the first time I was exposed to him in the friend's kitchen, he's a bodybuilder at the time, and he just opened up his fridge and said, This is what it's all about, Hulse. This is what it's all about. If you want some, I said, no, I don't want any, thanks anyway. But I was very curious because I worked in the gym, I worked around all these guys, and I was like, wow, how do you look like that? I was just, and sometimes people got really annoyed with me because I'm like 21-year-old durianrider. You can imagine, like, virgin as it gets in terms of steroid naiveness. And then at one time, this guy's like, look, dude, Harley, I use steroids, right? And my face just drops like, steroids? What? And he could see the disappointment, and he's thinking, in his head, he's thinking, why am I telling this dude the truth? He can't handle it. And I was like, oh, steroids. And my whole vision of him just dropped. I was like, oh, he's steroids. You know. But this guy looked, really amazing, and all the chicks were swarming on him, and all the guys want to look like him. He just looked really in shape, and really good-looking guy. He was a Les Mills pump instructor. But that was an introduction as well into it. And then I really started to find out how common they really were in the gym. And I didn't touch any steroids until probably 2014 when I made that little steroid mockumentary thing. And I got it from a doctor, which I don't recommend black market stuff. I recommend, if you're going to use anything, I don't recommend using anything, but if you're going to, get it from the hospital, get it from the doctor, get it from a pharmacy. Don't use black label crap. You know what we're getting. And so that's my little spiel there. So steroids is a big part of society, and we're waffling on here. We're losing the tangent a little bit, but yeah, if you are looking, let's say you got a twin brother. It applies to women as well, if you've got a twin sister as well. But let's say you've got a twin brother, and let's say, all the variables are the same. If one twin brother's using, let's say, 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams a week of testosterone, like real testosterone, not the fake stuff that's been sitting in some gym rat's, Chrysler bonnet and it's just overheating and it's cooked. I mean, like real farmer grade stuff you got from the doctor's prescription, high quality stuff that actually does work. You know what you're getting. If one twin's doing 100 to 200 to 300 milligrams a week, everything in his life is going to be enhanced in a good way, Now, at a base level, he might be able to handle the side effects or whatever that can come with anabolic usage, but pretty much, when he walks into the room and his twin brother walks into the room, the attention will be on the enhanced twin. And I'm not talking I'm talking low dosage here. Subtle changes. His voice will change. His facial expression will change. All other variables the same. They're on the same diet, everything else is the same, okay? The only thing we're changing here is the anabolic levels in the blood. We're changing your testosterone levels, your estrogen levels, we're bringing them up, and your DHT, we're bringing them up. Then there's going to be such remarkable changes. It's going to be day and night. That's why when I use steroids, a lot of people are like, wow, you're looking healthier. Yeah. My grandma even said, wow, Harley's finally become a man. Cyclists were commenting me, like, hey, you're looking more muscular, what are you doing, You're looking, what's going on? I was like, steroids. And most of them just laughed it off, like, ha. And I was like, no, steroids. And they were like, what? They didn't really get it. Some did, some didn't. Because not many people are really honest about it. And that's fair enough, because there's a lot of stigma against it, so I get it. I would say 99.9% of anabolic users will deny using them or ever using them. I wouldn't have a clue what that is. Don't know, I'm doing natural, just, So understand that. That's like the given. 99.9% of anabolic users will deny it. And if they get caught, I use it once, but no, not anymore. Because there's such a stigma against it. People who care about the aesthetic really, really care about other people's opinion. So why would you work so hard on your aesthetic to get approval from people and then get a disapproval from them by telling them the truth they don't want to hear? Where's the logic in that? That's why people lie about it. Now, that's a bad thing in some aspects, because then let's say you're a YouTuber and you're selling a diet program or a training program like Athlete X or whatever, all these other people who are using anabolics, then you got all these followers who are going, yeah, you're natty. I don't want to use that stuff. I'm going to follow this natty life, and I don't look like that because this guy's natty. But they're not. So for me, that's my issue. I've got no issues with pro cyclists or pro swimmers or Olympic level athletes using gear to win gold and provide sporting entertainment. I've got no issue with that. I understand that more and more. I think it should all be legal, so athletes don't have to have the stress of knock on the door. And it would be a lot safer as well. They don't have to go to black market and all this anxiety and stress and dodgy product. It should just be totally legalized, but that's too much logic. And just have public awareness about what's going on in sport, and just have it like that. Just have it all open book. Everyone just knows what the deal is. Because let's be honest, like pro sport's not really healthy. Riding the bike down the hill at 100k an hour with a piece of foam on your head and a piece of lycra on you, that's not healthy. It's not safe. Okay, so let's just go, it's not safe. It's like, pro cycling's not safe. Pro running's not safe. The body's not designed to run 42k at max heart rate. It's just not designed for that. We're not designed to throw a shot put or a discus or bench press or deadlift all these weights people are doing. Like the horrific injuries are getting out there. It's not pro sport ain't healthy. Right? So let's just stop the charade of like, well, and making something illegal makes it even more unhealthy because then people have to take shortcuts and not get the medical need and medical care they deserve and should get to make things safer. So I'm a big fan of legalize, educate, transparency. Okay, pull away the curtains, take off the sunnies for a minute, and just look people in the eye and say, this is the truth. This is how it's going on. Love it or not, this is the truth. The truth will piss you off, but it's going to set you free. The truth will set you free, but first it's going to piss you off. So you have these influencers, YouTubers. If Simnett stayed Natty, would he have, he's got 300k or 500,000k subs? He wouldn't have that at all, right? This is not how it works. If you're enhanced, you're going to make more money. Twin brothers, all things equal. The twin on juice, going to crank out the cash. Just is. Just how it works. It's hypergamy in action right there. Now, let's say you've got those two twin brothers, and one of them starts a social media account, and they're posting the same exact content, shirt off or doing some workout. The enhanced twin is going to get more followers, get more clicks, make more sales, just how it is. Going to get more girls or guys, nothing wrong with that, slide into the DMs, just how it is. So are people surprised out there when an influencer whose job is to have a certain level of aesthetic is using compounds derived from soybeans? Yes, testosterone's from soy, so you're technically a soy boy if you're using testosterone. Nothing wrong with that. That's why it was funny when Joe Rogan's like, "Hey, soy boys, Joe Rogan. The testosterone you inject every single day for the last decade is soy derived. Joe Rogan, you are a soy boy, and there's nothing wrong with that." So you got that person who's going to be enhanced, a twin brother who's enhancing themselves with soy derivatives, is just going to have all these extra benefits. Now, side effects, that's another video. But we're just talking about the reasons, the motivations, and the positive outcomes of what happens. You know what I mean? Your woman wants you to be on those soy derivatives. She does. She won't say that to you, or she might. She's really honest. But the twin brother, all right? Twin brothers, all things equal, the twin brother on the soybean enanthate, edamame enanthate, is going to have more feminine, like women are just going to, I've used it before, and I've done the experiments with women, like they can sniff it. There's something about you when you have super physiological or high normal or a bit beyond levels of T, or just higher than you normally would. The women, there's something X factor there, pheromone, who knows what it is, maybe they don't even know, but it's there. It's just there. It's just there that, so women appreciate it. Women, hypergamy doesn't care if you're enhanced or not. Hypergamy just wants you to be a certain vibe. What's hypergamy? What's hypergamy? A lot of people don't know what that is. It's just human behavior. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just human behavior and feline behavior as well. So there you go. That's the deal there. People use it. It enhances so many things. It's just a given. You have to lie about it. No, you don't have to lie about it, but people choose to lie about it because they want to live a lie, or they want money, or they don't want disapproval. And so that's where I'm a bit like, I understand it, but I really disagree with it. I believe we live in a world where transparency is the power to freedom, to real freedom in the world. And every fake natty who gets on Instagram or YouTube or Fancy or TikTok or whatever and says, "Yeah, no, I'm natty. Like I just work harder than you, man. I just work harder than you, man." But it's like you work hard because you're juiced to the gills, relative to what you would be otherwise. And that's another thing. When you're on the juice, man, you want to do weights. It's insane. You just want to lift stuff up, whether it's your girlfriend or a sister or a mum or what. You just want to lift stuff up and put it back down. You just want to get a pump. It's insane. So when you see these people just training on the deadlifts or the calisthenics, that's another sign. When you got it through your bloodstream, you got high levels, super physical. The dip in the afternoon, just like charging, man. You just want to freaking lift. Assuming you're carved up, assuming you're hydrated, you got the muscle glycogen. You just want to lift. It's insane. And only an anabolic user, only a pharma grade anabolic user knows the feeling. If you've never used pharma-grade anabolics, you will not have a clue what I'm talking about. And that's fine. I'm not trying to be condescending. It's just like, if you've never eaten durian, a good durian, a proper durian, you don't know what durian's about. Once you have, you're like, I get it now. And so, oh man, I wish I could talk more about this stuff. It's very limited on YouTube what you can say. I think I'll just do an OnlyFans account and we can have more in-depth discussion, because there's a lot of things I'd love to say here, but we got to follow the certain rules, and I understand that. But yeah, I think we'll do the OnlyFans and we really go dive deep into that one, because I can tell you some incredibly entertaining stories which are not NSW for YouTube. So I think we'll get the OnlyFans going on there. Where can we wrap it up here? And again, this isn't just Simnett. This is just the fitness industry. All right, take gear, transform your whole aesthetic, your whole vibe. Don't get too big though. Get the he's not that big vibe going on, but wow, he looks really different. Looks really good. He looks just so different, and that's why people follow people who use anabolics and train hard and eat well, is because you don't look normal anymore. You don't look normal. You look, wow, that's a different whole person. It's just something in the human brain. It's like, it's just how it is. Like when you see a staffy dog or one of those fighting dogs where they give it anabolics, or greyhounds, there's just something about the dog. It's like, wow, that dog looks really different. It's just something that triggers the human brain. Or the silverback gorilla, etc. And we're not talking like crazy levels of tests. We're talking just, ascetic dosages. You got the freako, 5 grams a week dosages or whatever for people who want to be 180 kilos. And then you got the ascetic dosages, a gram, 500 milligrams, 200 milligrams a week, etc. Now, I'm not condoning any of this. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying this is what's going on. Hopefully that makes sense. And we've gone on different tangents in here, and it's the ADD coming through. But that's the deal there. Super cheap to get from your local family doctor. Super easy to get if you've got half an IQ point. Devastatingly effective, assuming it's pharma grade, and assuming you've got to train. They've done studies. Remember that study that just debunked a lot of things? They did a study where they gave people anabolics, testosterone and anthate, various dosages, and they got them to train or not train. And the people who trained hardcore put on less muscle than the group who took anabolics and did no training. So you ever wonder why someone goes to a gym for a couple of years, trains hardcore, and you're like, you lost a bit of weight, but your vibes, you're looking healthier. It's just like, And then you see some people go to a gym and you see them 6 months or a year later or 3 months later, and you're like, what happened to you, man? What happened to you? That's steroids. And that's just how it is. And you can chase your tail and spend all the money on all these programs and healthy muscle meal recipes and from various influencers or whatever, and you will never, ever, ever look like them, because you're Natty and they're not. And that's just how it is. How many people can Athletics highlight and say, hey, or Simnett, or John Venus, or anyone out there, any of these, Matt does fitness or Matt does anabolics, any of these people, vegan or otherwise, how many of them can say, hey, look at this guy's been following my advice the last 5 years and they look better than me, they look more muscular and more jacked than me? Zero. How many people can I say, hey, look, this person followed my advice in my ebooks and then they're making way more YouTube money than I am, they're faster than me on the bike, they're leaner than me? There's many out there who's taken durianrider advice and gone way more than I could ever do. But you'll ask those questions. Where's the proof that their program is so good that someone's stepped above them? There's plenty of people out there who've got way more YouTube subscribers than me that I've helped from day one, and they just surpass me. There's people out there who are faster than me on the bike now. They run faster than me because I take my advice. Right? They're leaner than me because they're taking my advice and they just work hard at it. Right? So that's the difference right there. You will never find anyone who's and I'm talking ground zero. Had no YouTubers at all, no YouTube subscribers. They've come to my hotel room, or they've emailed me or messaged me or whatever, and I said, do this, do that, work hard, bam! And they crank it up 500,000, 4 mil, or whatever, subscribers. You know what I mean? My program works. And So yeah, so that's what I mean. So you might hate me or say I do, which you wouldn't if you're watching this part of the video. You might find doing us crazy or listening. So you might disagree with me or whatever, but you can't disagree with the results I help people get for themselves. You can't disagree with that at all. There's not a single YouTuber out there that has helped get people better results for themselves. I'm talking whole lifestyle results and long term. Right? This is the difference. People are like, I just want to lose 5 pounds, I want to lose 20 kilos, I just want to do it now. And so they just like look at me and they look at someone else and go, oh yeah, and then they chase that and they're going the wrong path. They're going wrong path. You go in that way. They're going that way. And then you meet them like a year later or whatever, and they're still in the forest, lost. And it's like, dude, I told you like a year ago or 10 years ago. You know? It's not me to sound arrogant, it's just that you're on the wrong path and you keep getting suckered by people who've got silver tongues. And another thing as well, when you're using anabolics, your whole brain function changes. You become hyper manipulative, like next level, able to manipulate situations, which can be really, really good. And it can also be really, really destructive. And you can become a real nasty person, you know, at varying levels. So it just, when you've got that levels of DHT in your brain, that's why I don't recommend finasteride or whatever, because I don't think it's good to block anabolic, you know, andro style effects. I don't think it's good to block that. That's just my opinion. Because that just changes your whole brain function. You become, you know, just a very, very different person. And I didn't really understand that. I remember Freely told me years ago, because she used to date a lot of fake natties back in the day. And she said, yeah, it just changes people. They become really, really good liars. And I was like, it doesn't make sense. But then once I started using it, I was like, now I get it. So, yeah, it's anabolics have been a big part of my life in terms of, you know, working in the gyms, having friends using, to myself using, to making videos about it, to like, you know, my sporting heroes like Lance Armstrong or, you know, Kipchoge or you know, Turgad or Gabba Salesi, all these people out there, you know, it's have all used, you know, stuff to do what they do as their job. It's like, you know, I understand it more now. So it's just, I find it really interesting. I just find this human stuff really interesting. I can ramble on about it forever, no script. It's a bit like spiders. I just find spiders really, really interesting. There's spiders all around me. I could take you for a walk here for the next 5 hours and tell you, you know, maybe 50 different spider species. We could actually walk here all week and night, day and night, and for weeks, and I could show you all about the spiders and snakes and stuff in South Australia, just because I've got a genuine interest about it. Same thing with anabolics. So when someone says to me, oh, that's not a redback spider, that's a huntsman, that person's not on steroids, they're natty, I'm just like, here we go again. So is Simnett natty or not? In my opinion, the chance of him being natty, 0. And just lastly, I remember, we always do these jump cuts, don't we? A big giveaway of enhanced or natty is a wild fluctuation in body composition over the year, you know, or years as well. So just you get this wild, because you can't maintain this crazy pump all year long. Obviously, people recycle videos and photos from like a year ago or whatever, so you don't see them when they're coming off cycle, etc. But a good one is live streams. Like how someone sits in a live stream or whatever, you can sort of see their vibe, their skin tone on their throat and stuff like that. And you can sort of flick through photos and go, oh wow, that's really changed in you. Just look at some of my videos, look at my voice, listen to my voice from, you know, late 2014 to now, how it's changed over time, and my skin tone on my neck and colour in my face, etc. Because your hemoglobin goes right up, so you'll see a lot of redness in people. Oh, that they're just training in the sun. It's like, oh, there's not sunburn, dude. Like the throat here, this red here, or the red pump. That's not everyone gets that, but everyone who has that is on juice. It's just, yeah, it's a Caucasian sort of skin thing. Many of us get that. No, that's fine. It's just a symptom there. It's a red flag. Yeah, so just wild changes over the year of body composition. Someone will like just have like mad definition 3D muscle look, and then a month later or a few months later, or maybe even same time next year, like, oh, you're still training hard, but you don't have that look, you know. That's just the anabolic dosages or different compounds being used. Maybe throwing a bit of Anavar there, or a bit of Winstrol, stuff like that, which are very liver toxic, so you only use them for a few weeks, you know, maybe even a few months, but don't, to get an effect. And then that's great for the photo shoot, and then boom, recycle that. you're good to go. So that's just tricks of the trade, okay? Just letting you know out there. Oh, listen, no, a great guy to listen to, super authentic guy, super transparent guy. Dan, we disagree on diets, but I love his transparency and what he's trying to do to help people get educated on the topic of anabolics. Dan, bodybuilder in Thailand. Just type in steroids podcast on the iTunes there. Again, this is not an endorsement to go and use stuff. I would say don't, but I'm just letting you know what's going on out there so you can educate yourself and become informed and make up your own conclusions and decisions there. So yeah, go check out Dan, bodybuilder in Thailand. I would say maybe there's others out there, but I'd say Dan's probably the most transparent out there. I'm talking about it. You got Derek from More Dates and More Plates. Reasonably transparent, but he still sits on the fence a bit PC, but doing good things. Greg Douchet, again, he's a bit of a half-truther, but talking a bit more about it. So yeah, Dan, bodybuilder in Thailand, really leading from the front there, just calling it how it is. And so I think that's really powerful. I like that. I like that people are being honest and transparent, and they're getting punished. They're definitely getting punished for it. But for me, I'd rather live a life where, you get to help people versus, leading down the wrong path. And in 5 years' time, they're worse off. Right? There's a time when it's okay to lie to someone. Let's say your girlfriend says, "Do I look fat in this dress?" And you're like, yeah, not fat, but and you're doing that stuff. She's like, "Oh, you gotta lie, guys. You don't be honest. You gotta protect the woman's feelings." But if a girl says, "Will I be safe on this downhill?" You're like, "Yeah, baby, just go for it. You got this, girl. You got this." That's no. You gotta say, "No, this is very dangerous. You gotta slow down, or you're gonna go to the hospital and have just slow down, babe. Slow down." All right. So there's a time when you gotta lie to protect someone's feelings. When talking about clothing and stuff, but when it comes to someone's safety and someone's progress in life, you have to tell them the truth. You cannot lie to them. To lie to them is to hate them, to want to punish them. That's deceptive in a pernicious way. Being deceptive of lying about someone's dress. "Oh, that looks really good on you. Thanks." That's okay. But their life quality doesn't suffer. But lying to someone and they go down the wrong path and get lost and lose time in life, that's really not cool. And so that's why I applaud guys like Dan who are just telling people the truth. And that's what also I try and do as well. Give you the truth if it's going to help you in your life. Okay? Thanks for watching.